This is Sports Radio KFH.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic, could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did, they gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic. The main roads are looking good, but be aware of construction on I-135 in both directions at K96. From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, that's your Odyssey Wichita traffic.
Weather.
Sunny, breezy, and warm today. A high of 77. South winds 15 to 25 and gusty. Continued breezy tonight with a few clouds. Overnight low 53. It's a carbon copy forecast on Tuesday. Mostly sunny, breezy, and warm. High 78. 75 on Wednesday. Storms arrive on Thursday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Wichita's most listened to sports radio.
I scream along at the top of my lungs. It's a way to release my rage.
Yeah.
Chill, dude.
97.5 and 1240 KFH. Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. With the Lakers completely busted up and enormous underdogs against the Rockets in the first round, the question again becomes, could this be the end for LeBron? The Athletic took a stab at answering that with a long-form piece today. Key takeaways include what seemed like an imminent divorce between the Lakers and LeBron may not be now, since he accepted his role as option number 3 and the team played so well once he did. That said, the piece also cites sources saying that LeBron does not need a season-long farewell tour and that he could retire at the end of this year. Right. You're telling me this guy would not require an entire season of everybody genuflecting to the king? Man, get out of here with that. The question is, where does he play? And more importantly, how much will he make? Because that will determine where he plays. In the meantime, alleged GOAT, dig deep, go triple-double, and find a way to steal game one so we get an actual series. I'm Jim Rome. Jim Rome here. True story. I married the best person I've ever met, Janet. And not only that, but the best mother I know. So would it not stand a reason that I would get her the very best gift for Mother's Day? Aura Frames. Absolutely amazing product. I love it so much. And more importantly, she does. Save on gifts. The moms love it. AuraFrames.com. For a limited time, get $25 off the cover mat frame. That's the one we have. You have to use the code ROME, R-O-M-E. Support this show by mentioning the Jim Rome Show at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply. AuraFrames.com. The playoff push is heating up, and Prize Picks is simple to play. Pick more or less 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. And now with early payouts and the new social feed, you can follow friends, share picks, and copy winning lineups. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROME and get a $50 bonus credit in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Code ROME to get a $50 bonus credit in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Monday has come around again. Monday. Can't trust that day. It always seems to be a Monday.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
And welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday. Glad to be here with you on Sports Daily, rocking it and rolling into draft week in the NFL. Who's ready? Chiefs fans, I know, are ready. They've been ready. The first time they'll be picking at the place they're picking in a long time. Could be the last. So what do they do with it? We'll discuss all week long here on Sports Daily. The Royals, miserable weekend. We'll get into that plenty today, and we'll get you all caught up on the transfer portal. It's all coming up for you. What's on Tap? Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, Delano, featuring live music Sunday with details at wichitabrew.com. Send off your Sundays with live tunes, tasty treats, good times at WBC Delano, your spot for spring Sundays. Visit wichitabrew.com for more info. Wichita Brewing Company, where groups gather. I made it into Wichita Brewing Company, Delano, before the Wind Surge game this weekend. And it was great. So was the chili bun, TJ. I mean, the chili buns are good. Now, I didn't eat like 10 of them like Joey Chestnut did, but they were good. I'm in on the chili buns. I think it's good. It's not a thing anybody, where I'm from has ever heard of. I had family in town, and they're like, "You're going to eat what? Chili and a cinnamon roll?" But I like it. I think it's great.
It's good. It's good. I will say, I have never been in the camp of a true chili bun. Like the logo is like a cinnamon roll in the bowl of chili.
Right.
Like that's pushing it a little bit. Like it's always just.
I still think that's fine.
It is, but that's just not how people do it. Like I've never heard of that. Like I think that it's basically you have a bowl of chili and you just get your little cinnamon roll and then you just cut off a bite and you just take a scoop of chili with it. I don't think you go full on. I mean, then you're talking about a soggy cinnamon roll, and that's just. I mean, your technique's not the best. I'm saying, but the taste is still there. I agree. Did you get the Cinna dog or did you just go?
Yeah, they were out. They were out when I went in for the Cinna dog. I was at Wichita Brewing Company before the game, so I was pretty full, and I was like, all right, let me hang on. I'll wait until 6th or 7th inning, and then I'll go. They were out of that, so I just got a regular chili bun, because I knew from last year that chili that they have when they is so good, and the cinnamon roll was good. So like it's good. I really wanted to try that dog though. They were out though. I guess that means people like it. They were out of the actual Cinna dog. So they had plenty of the other. Joey Chestnut after the game took down, I believe it was 10 of them. he just doesn't matter. We were sitting there, and I was talking to him. It was my daughter's birthday. She was a fan of the game. I was talking to him before a little bit, and he was great. By the way, he was awesome. He took every picture, even when people were like, all right, let's leave him alone. He's like, nope. And he took every picture of people walking up. It was really cool. He took fun with us. I'll put that on social media here in just a second. And he just like, at that point, this would have been, I don't know, 2 innings before the end of the game. He's like, what are we eating anyway? Like, he didn't even know. He doesn't care. He had no idea what they were going to eat, like what he was going to go dominate with. And he just dominated with it.
My biggest takeaway from watching that putrid image of, because I can get down, I get it, like the hot dog stuff grosses people out, but at the end of the day, like that's just wet hot dog buns. Like I can get down with that part. Like that's not that gross. But then watching this of like people drinking chili all over their hands and their mouth, like my biggest takeaway from watching that awful sight is that if there is an ounce of that chili that is not hot, like it's lukewarm, like that makes me want to gag. Like it has to be hot chili. It can't be lukewarm or cold chili because that's disgusting.
Cold food doesn't bother me most
cold
of the
food
time.
doesn't, but cold chili, if it's a soup form, what is it? Gazpacho? That's cold soup, right? Like it can't be cold chili.
I don't know if I've had cold chili. I can tell you that I've had cold spaghetti is incredible.
That's fine.
Of course, everybody likes cold pizza. I'll tell you though, like stew, the stew my mom made growing up, I would eat that cold all the time.
That's nuts.
Like I would just take a spoon and sneak it out of the fridge and just, have a couple spoonfuls. I don't mind cold food most of the time. Like I can't think of one where I'm like, oh no, can't do that. Cold steak is really good.
Cold steak.
Yeah, I'm okay with cold food.
I think just chili. I think it's just the texture of chili. Like it's just gotta be. It's gotta be hot.
It can't be hot. Like
it can't be hot. I need it to be. I need it to be a step past lukewarm though. Like if I'm drinking
it was cold out there.
I know.
Like,
that's what I thought.
Cold and nasty. It was unfortunate that they got the bad weather that they had. I think that would have been a huge attendance number had the weather sucked hard. It was cold and windy. The weather was real bad. But it was fun.
We could bury the lead and make us not talk about the Royals for 10 minutes.
I know we're putting it off as long as we can, Royals fans. It's coming. April
19th, and the best baseball show that we have in the vicinity of Wichita is a guy eating eating cinnamon rolls and chili.
Yeah, it's
You remember Friday on the way out of the show, I said we're gonna come back Monday. We're gonna talk about 3 wins.
Well, the problem was what was coming. Like, yeah, they're playing poorly, and they're about to go to the places that has been a haunted house for them. Like they just really struggle there. And so that was part of why last week felt so daunting. It's like you've got the Tigers here. You had a chance and you should have taken a game to the Tigers, and the way they lost that last one, they're like, oh God, now they got to go to New York. Like, it's hard to imagine them having success in New York. And boy, did it go poorly. And we'll talk about that. God bless. I can't handle it. They're
you know what I thought about, Jacob?
Turn it around like right now.
I remember last year I was on vacation and I remember I sat and watched the Royals every day on the beach, and they didn't win a single one of those games. And I thought about that the other day. I'm like, man, this feels a lot like that losing streak. And I'm like, that was the same week of the year. Like it's to the T. It's the exact same week that they went winless.
I believe that in 24 they had a bad April too.
Yeah.
They're not good in April, and it's largely due to Salvi and Vinny starting the season slow every time. I know why it's happening. Some of this feels unnecessary. Some of it feels like it's not anybody's fault. It's just this reality they're going to have to work through when we talk about a piecemeal bullpen after injuries and all the things that they're dealing with there. But you also see, Cole Reagans was as bad as he's ever been. And he's had a couple of those now. And you've got dysfunction a little bit. That's never happened before. So there's other stuff in there too. But there's some stuff. Like I thought about this after last night's Sports Sunday on KWCH. Thanks to those watching us on 12 News Connected, by the way. And I was like, it's probably, you probably don't have to try very hard to be like, everything's going to be okay. And I'll tell you why on the other side. that might be the case. Want to say thanks to Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care, celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for a healthy lawn, tree and shrub care, and bedweed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. You can get in touch with the program 869-1240. Where you at, Royals fans? Let us know what you think. We'll take your video comments there as well. Facebook, YouTube, X, you can do that. You can listen to us on the Odyssey app. Got something you want to get off your chest? If you don't have time to wait on the phone lines, you can leave us a voice message through the Odyssey app. Just click the little microphone as you're listening to this show, and you can do it. We'll come back. Let's talk Royals when we return on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app. Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSEW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you on your way into work. Want to keep listening to us even when you get out of the car. With the Odyssey app and Odyssey.com, you can. Just download the app, visit Odyssey.com, and search for KFH. We come back in. Oh, all right. Let's talk about the Royals. We invite your comments, commentary, Royals fans. Rick says 5 players in the lineup hitting under 200. That's an easy place to start. The offense hasn't been very good so far. In the Yankees series, nobody was very good. Pitching wasn't very good. Offense wasn't very good. Defense wasn't very good. And you've got your captain and not happy with very basic things from the manager. If you missed that story over the weekend, Saturday, Salvi was given the day off. Matt Quatraro was asked about it. He said, I think what term? Mental
It's a
rest
mental breather.
Mental breather. And Salvi went on social media and said, I don't need a mental breather. It's jarring because you just can't really picture Salvi.
Yeah, I will say I'll let him backtrack a little bit on that, because it does sound like the disconnect is like when you read Salvi's tweet, like I did. Now you're the same way, I know, is that you say that and you see, oh well, Salvi's PO'd. He didn't get to play. Like that's what it reads like. And like I don't need a day off. Like that's what. But then like they kind of cleared it up of him saying like I don't care. I'll take the day off. That's fine. He's like, but don't say I need a mental breather. Like don't act like something's wrong with me. Like people were calling Salvi and saying like, are you good? Like what's wrong? Like, are you fine? He's like, I'm fine. I just need to hit the ball. Like I don't need a mental breather. And so that's where
there's a language thing there.
But still something it's not as bad as what it seemed. Like you've lost it so much that it's to that point, but it's
I don't know,
one
man.
Step below that. Like if you can't communicate,
I think it's weird. I do think it's weird.
It's not as weird as it could be, but it's still weird. I'll say that.
Matt Quatraro should not be this should not be a thing. If he says Salvi, you're out today, Salvi's out today. And 99%
Which I think that's fine.
Time,
that's what I'm saying. I think that happened. I think that it's the fact of Salvi saying like, don't put words in my mouth. Which that of saying that about your manager and your manager, like that is a story in itself.
It is. Salvador Perez before that had not tweeted in 2 weeks. He's about as active as I am on there. And it was a GIF that Eric Hosmer sent out that was funny. Before that, it was a shout out to Ozzie Guillen. Before that was March 27th. It was another Eric Hosmer tweet. Like,
anybody that watches the Royals interviews or Salvi is not that person at all. You know that.
And he's not, but he's certainly not on social media making a statement about something his manager said. That's my point. Like, why is Salvi saying anything? Like, Salvi's not on social media. He doesn't care about that stuff. But he took the time to go do that. Like, you do that if you're mad. You do that if you're pissed at what just happened. And so, like, that tells me, again, it's not that he got pulled. I don't know how much confidence there is in Quatraro. I really don't. It's just because we don't have it. We're seeing it. Like, we don't have that confidence, right? Why is the lineup looking the same every day? Now, you can also make the case that the Royals did not do enough in the offseason. That's a different conversation. I don't fully buy into that because I think we have to be realistic with the resources at which the Royals work with. And I think the extension of Lugo and some of the things that they have done, I would maintain that they've still been very aggressive with the roster. They made a couple trades to bring players in. They tried to add to the bullpen. Like, I don't buy that they sat on their hands. It's not easy to go find power hitting corner outfielders just sitting around. Like, you don't, they've called up all their best prospects. They don't have a lot to trade from. Like, I don't have as much issue with that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I don't think it's just them like, oh, why didn't they do anything this offseason? Man, they've done it.
I know. I mean, that's my point is that we sat here in mid-March and said, like, man, we like the roster. They really didn't do anything crazy, but like with the injuries that they had last year, like if they just ran it back, you would think that everything, and like the thing that is the perfect example, and it's like a big chunk of irony that it's happening after the World Baseball Classic, is that literally the entire baseball world was like, the Royals are going to be nuts this year. Like, look at these guys. And they're the worst team in baseball so far.
So they're not the worst. If you go by run difference, if you go by record, they are.
By record, they are, yes.
So here's where I think we take a step back and look at this. I'm going to tell you the teams that have basically the same record as the Royals. The Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Astros, the Mets, the Phillies, the Giants. These are all good teams we expect to be playoff contenders. And the Phillies have a worse run differential than the Royals. It is April, and it is early, and these weird things happen in baseball. And so, and not going to sit here today and say the Royals have no shot or anything like that. To me, it's the fact that they've won or they've lost too many they probably should have won, and they're obviously still figuring something out. Now, if there's a disconnect with the manager, we might have a bigger problem here. That's why the Salvi thing is so concerning. Like, boy, if they don't have confidence in him and it's April 20th, I mean, I thought, the extension and everything was a little bit questionable. He's got a losing record over his career with the Royals. He's been given a really good roster the last 2 years. So, I mean, I think that's strange. That's all. Like, I just think it's a little strange that we're seeing that, and I hope that's not a bigger story. But as far as the baseball itself, going on the road and playing those teams for 6 games, like that was always going to be a pretty brutal ask and challenge. Now they have to go and play at home against the Orioles and the Angels. Now the Orioles are going to be pretty good probably this year. They're also under 500 with a negative run differential. The Angels are under 500. So this is a series and this is a week at home where you ought to be able to go win some games. And they have to be able to do that. How do they do it? I mean, the Ravens thing is a problem. I'm not confident in the bullpen, but how many leads, TJ, has the bullpen really had to be able to hold on to late?
I mean, like if they have a lead, it's a 1-run lead. Like that's the thing is that we all freak out. We all freak out whenever it's something that it's a blown hold or a blown save with a 1-run lead. But I mean, I'm not want to bail them out, but in the same breath, like we're asking for perfection. Because
wouldn't it be nice to win a 4 or 5 run game? If you win it big. Like Ursig blew that save, that's a problem. But they haven't had a lot of chances to just go have a lead in the 7th and then shut it down for 3 innings. It hasn't presented itself a lot this year. So. Yeah, the bullpen's a problem in the middle. It's going to stay a problem in the middle. Is it a problem in the back end? Not 100% sure yet. Can they get it to Strom and probably Lynch is the other guy now and Ursig at the end of a game? They don't get very many chances to do that. And they got their tails kicked in New York. So I think the offense is a problem because the offense has been a problem going back to the second half of 2024. It's been a problem for a long time. That's where Salvi, you need a day off. Salvi did need a day off. Salvi's playing terrible right now.
I agree.
He looks lost up there. That's not that big a deal, but clearly something's going on because Salvi's had 1 billion days off over the years. He didn't play 162 games. You've got to be able to mix it up. And why are Cags and Jensen not playing? Like, what the hell is going on with that? Like, are we all watching the same thing?
I know. I think
if you were going to say what 2 players outside of Bobby Witt Jr., do you watch every day in this lineup that are hitting the ball hard and giving you a chance? It's those two guys. Like, what are we doing?
I know. And like, I don't know. Is it? I mean, it's panic time. Like it's not like it's April. I understand, and like they've had bad Aprils before, but like as I talked about, I said this last week, and I probably said it like on Monday or Tuesday last week, and I was like, man, like they're playing bad, but you can take solace in the fact that like this should just be the floor. Like it has to go up from here, or you're not a playoff team. And like it got worse from there. So like this is, I mean, it like you said, it's probably rock bottom for what the season should be. It can always get worse, but this is what you can't let it get worse.
Well, it won't. I don't know that it'll get worse. It was pretty bad. Like, is there even a chance it gets worse?
They could lose tonight, and then it's 8 in a row. That's worse.
Well, I know, but we don't feel any. I don't know that we feel worse. Noah Cameron was also not good in his start. That's a little concerning too. So now you're looking at, okay, you've got maybe 60% of the starting rotation. That's what I was worried about before the season. It's just like TJ. This is where like the Salvi stuff. Like the Royals are reeling. At this point, they've lost 6 in a row. You're sitting there and you're looking at your lineup. You're like, man, we got to find a way to get Isaac Collins and Lane Thomas into this game today. Carter Jensen, we know, has provided like all the power for this team. And Jack Caglione is hitting 270.
He batted cleanup the day before.
He's hitting 270. Nobody on this team is hitting 270. He's hitting 270. And he had 2 days off last week?
I think so.
What in the hell are we watching here?
I know.
Like, stop sitting your best players and start making decisions that make it like I can't.
I feel like every franchise has the circle that we're going in right now, where it's like, oh yeah, analytics, like let's grow the game. Analytics are gonna be good for the game, and then then the struggles start coming, and then it's like, well, that guy doesn't pass the eye test. It's like let's platoon players because it increases our analytics and our total batting average in certain situations. And it's like, well, that makes sense on paper, right? And then you look at the lineup and they've lost 7 in a row. It's like, why aren't we playing that guy? Like maybe we should throw the analytics in the trash can, try to win a baseball game.
The Royals are right now by runs scored, worst offense in baseball. Worst offense in baseball. We know they can't drive any runs. They're having a problem with everything offensively. They've got 2 young guys that any team would drool over that are just crushing the ball when they hit it. Every time it touches their bat, it's at an insane exit vault. Like everything they're doing. And you're going to find ways to get them a couple days off a week. And you're just like, so that you can play Isaac Collins and Lane Thomas and Starling Marte.
I saw something the other day of, I can't remember exactly where it was, but like, look at this Royals line, like at the base level. If you want to drive yourself insane, like if somebody says like, it's like, well, maybe this roster just isn't going to work. And it's like, they have batting leadoff, the World Baseball Classic MVP, Bobby Witt Jr. next, a legitimate MVP candidate. Vinny Pasquantino lit the world on fire in the WBC. Salvi, like a Hall of Famer, like multiple-time All-Star catcher, one of the best catchers in baseball still. Jack Caglione, Rookie of the Year candidate that lit the world on fire in the WBC. Carter Jensen is a legitimate Rookie of the Year candidate. And like, they have 5 of the best starters in baseball, one of the best rotations in baseball. Whenever they're like, you can at least say 4 of the 5. Usually
3 out of 5. I'm worried about the rotation.
I'll say 4 of the 5 give you a chance to win every time they go out there. I'll say that. Depending on who those 4 are. Like,
are you saying Noah Cameron or
I'm saying Cameron and Reagan's can switch between the one that doesn't, like right now.
Okay.
But like Bubich, Lugo, and Waka, I feel pretty good every time they go out there.
Yeah, I do too.
So like that lineup at the base level of all the stuff I just said, like, and then you talk about Kyle Isbell. He was best hitter in baseball for 2 weeks. Like,
I'm losing. I'm having a hard time with this. Because the decisions are, and that
this is the one
back
I
to
said
yesterday. You sit those 2 rookies and you sit Kyle Isbell too.
Yeah, I know.
Your 3 most productive hitters outside of Bobby Witt Jr. are not in the lineup when you have lost 6 games in a row.
Yep. I said last night on Sports Sunday is that like at the end of the day, it's baseball and things don't go your way sometimes, and you go in cold stretches because sometimes the ball just doesn't fall your way. But when it like at this point, it feels like it's not bad luck anymore. And I don't know who we point fingers at, because at the end of the day, it's true. The players need to do it. Like, they have to go out there and perform. And they've left so many runners on base, and that you can't blame a coach for that. As much as you want to blame the hitting coach is not going to say, "Hey, let's try to get a double here. Let's try for the double." Like, it's not the coach's fault that they can't perform. It might be the coach's fault for, the systemic, like, why can't they do that? Like, why is the confidence so low in those situations? Why is the lineup changing every day? Does that have something to do with the confidence change? Like, why is there so much bad luck that it no longer becomes bad luck and it becomes a reality? Like, that's the point where we're getting to now, where you can't just say, like, bad week. Like, if it turns into 8, like, it turns into 9, like, okay, like, something is drastically wrong. What is wrong?
I think the thing that you're alluding to is the thing that is scaring me the most, and it is the thing why the Salvi thing makes me think, what is this bad locker room? Is there some disconnect? Is it like, what is there? Maybe it's because of the losing streak. But I don't know what game we are watching this year when Cags and Isbell and Jensen all have the day off at the same time. Like, what are we all watching here? Are we watching the same thing? We're watching the same games. You're in a like a horrible streak that you better climb out of quickly. Everything is on the table. Sitting your 3 out of your 4 most productive hitters thus far this season in the same game as you've lost 6 in a row? Like, why in the world would you do that? Salvador Perez, the most lovable teddy bear baseball player of all time, goes out to a place he never normally goes, social media, to take exception publicly to something that was said? That's what I'm worried about. And all options should be on the table. The Royals are trying to build a new stadium downtown. They're trying to get the public excited to chip in $600 million to build them a new stadium downtown. They have put ownership a ton of money into this roster relative to what we've seen historically. It probably needs to be a couple conversations quickly in the office with what is going on here.
I don't know. I mean, like legitimately, like, I don't want to like bail them out for anything here, but like, if we sit here, like, what is your guesses? Like, if we even have a guess, like, what's wrong? Like, at the base level, you want to just say, like,
I'm afraid Quatraro's lost the locker room.
That's the only thing that you can say. Like,
I'm afraid the players are sitting there watching the same thing we are and thinking, what the hell are Caglione and Jensen doing on the bench today? Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Are we all watching the same thing? These guys are tearing the cover off the ball. They're not always hits, but for a team that can't do anything offensively, they're hitting the ball hard. And you're going to sit them because of the handedness of the pitcher? Like, I hate that stuff. Where's Ned Yost? But at the same time, we're also saying, why are your 2 offensive players that are struggling the most hitting 3-4 every day without exception? It's like I'm not a change the lineup everyday guy, but if you're going to be, which Quatraro is, maybe change the things that aren't working at the moment.
Yeah.
If you're going to change something, changing out your 7, 8, 9 hitters is not going to be the thing that saves the Royals. Slide something. It's frustrating. And losing does this, and it was a 6-game road trip from hell, and now they come home. And they play 2 teams under 500 right now, and they have a chance to win a bunch of games and start to feel good again. My
one takeaway from this week of Royals baseball is that I do not want to hear anybody say, like, hey, it's fine. Like, they'll figure it out. Those games count the same as they do in September. I'm pissed.
Yes, you should. Yeah. Yes. There are no more games that count for 2 later on. These are the same thing. All right, we'll come back. Let's get into the Chiefs a little bit. What's changed over the weekend? We've got portal updates, headlines I missed. Lots of fun on a Monday on Sports Day.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. Get out to Crestview, check out the 36 holes of golf, the great facilities, the great restaurant. It's all there for you. Pool will be opening in about a month. I contend it's the best pool in town. It's a great spot for the family. Go find out why. Go to Crestview, give them a call, take a tour, tell them we sent you from Sports Daily. Been out there a few years now. No regrets. Love it out there, Crestview.
Jacob, I was gonna save this for headlines, but since you're talking about Crestview, I'm gonna give it to you now.
Okay.
Dylan Schmidt, our guy from Andale. You aware of his son?
Yes.
The golfer?
A world-class golfer.
Graham Schmidt, the golfer, just played in a tournament at Crestview on the South Course.
Let me guess what he shot. I'm going to guess 68.
Second place, I'll give you this. Second place finished with a 5 over 77 on the South Course. Graham Schmidt won on the South Course with a 64.
I was gonna,
no,
we're talking about
no bogeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birdies and an eagle.
How old?
I think he's 11 now.
Yeah, not in high school.
Yeah.
This is a big story.
It's so insane.
Down the road. For those that don't know, you're talking about one of the best golfers of his age in the country, in the world.
Yeah.
Is up in Andale. The
64.
best round I've ever shot on the South
wonder.
Course, I believe, is an 89.
Yeah. I wonder what. This is the thing too. People are like,
go out there and beat me by 24 strokes.
like people are like, oh well, he's not playing the true tees. I'm like, I could start 100 yards away and I wouldn't shoot a 64 on it.
Oh yeah, you can start me on the handicap tees.
You could probably start. Yeah, that's right. You could probably start me on the green, and he'd be giving me contention.
Or the golds. What are they called? They're not called the handicap
golds.
tees. The senior
Golds.
tees. Sorry, handicap senior tees. You know what? Maybe my folks have been in town and they have a handicap parking placard. I think that's what was on my mind there. The gold tees.
Anyways, it's insane.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
I mean, he's literally talk about prodigies.
He's there. He was famously famous. Did he end up beating? I think he beat Charlie Woods, Tiger Woods' kid.
No. You're thinking it backwards. That's London Esterline.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Charlie's a high schooler.
Charlie. Yep.
But yes, London Esterline's also from Wichita. He beat Charlie Woods.
Class golfer. But when we're talking about this kid out of Andale, it's like he is winning tournaments at the level of like there's nobody better that he's playing against. Hey, Royals fans, at least you're not a Mets fan.
At least the Royals are bad and cheap, not bad and expensive like the Mets.
Mets have lost 11 in a row. Rodney, our buddy, Rodney Price, double coworker Rodney over at KWCH and here on the Odyssey family of radio stations, says it's his fault that the Royals are struggling. He went ahead and bought the 1 year MLB subscription instead of going month to month, alluding to the fact that you're locked in now. I'm with you, Rod. Like I did the same thing. They got me for the whole year. I got to watch this all year. If this continues, I'm stuck with it. Except I also had to get the Rangers, to be fair, so I could watch I can watch any baseball game. But I had to do the Royals too. I could have done the month to month. Maybe that's the better proposition. Make them earn it a little bit. Of course, you can hear all the games right here on KFH, including tonight's game against the Baltimore Orioles, as the Royals try to figure it out. The scary thing of that series is, to me, TJ, one of them's going to figure it out in this series, probably. Which one's it going to be? Because Baltimore has a little figuring they've got to do themselves. All right, let's talk. We'll talk more about this in the next hour, probably too. NFL draft. I don't know what you're seeing. Seeing the same names still. Bain, Downs. Those are the two that I see more than anybody. I think that this is really interesting because you've got like now in these mock drafts, I don't know how many of these mocks you look at, but now in the mocks, people project trades out And it really is all on the table with the Chiefs. Do you think the Chiefs are going to pick at 9 and 29? Let me ask you that.
I did, but did you see the flurry? I had a list of headlines to show you. Did you see the flurry of apparently, there's speculation across the league that the Chiefs are going to try to pick at 3 or 4.
I see. They're going to do what I hoped. Man, I hope so.
Cardinals and Chiefs are rumored for a blockbuster draft trade. This is what I saw.
I see. I'm in on this. I am in on this. Go get Reese or Bailey. Go get Reese or Bailey. We talked about this last week. It would be so easy. And honestly, there are 2 teams I think that we need to watch for this. The Chiefs and the Cowboys both have 2 first-round picks. Both desperately need edge rusher, and both are in a position where you could take that old Rams philosophy, right? F them picks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're close enough, both teams, that if they hit on a superstar defensive player, especially at pass rusher, it could be the difference for them. And they both have 2 first-round picks. And you're sitting here, I think if you're the Jets or the Cardinals, you're crazy if you don't entertain offers from both of these teams, because there are 2 edge rushers sitting there. And I don't know which one, I say it a million times, I'm biased to Bailey because we watch Big 12 football. Reese would be fine with me. But one of those 2 guys, if it cost me 9 and 29, because at the end of the day for the Chiefs, for example, you're basically saying you traded McDuffie to be able to go get one of those players.
Yeah.
Okay. They still got another pick out of that deal. I'm not as worried about keeping 2 first-round picks, one at 29, where the Chiefs have not had a lot of great luck picking anyway.
It's true.
And say, we're going to go up and we're going to get one of the best players out of this draft. Because I don't know, how much more than that do you think it would really cost? Another second rounder, maybe somewhere in a couple of years. I think it's doable, and I have no issue doing it. If it's the Chiefs or the Cowboys, quite frankly, I think it makes perfect sense for both franchises. I think it makes perfect sense for either the Jets or the Cardinals to do it. Do it. I told you last week. It's my number 1 preferred option in this draft is to move up and take one of those 2 guys.
No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying is that I feel like I thought they were going to pick at 9 because it felt like a legit spot that they could have ended up with a, Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson doesn't sound like he's making it to 9 anymore. Jordan Tyson.
He may move up if his work. I don't know. How did that workout go? Did you see?
Good. Every seems like they loved him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That may be part of it too. Maybe the Chiefs were like, well, we can sit tight and we'll take him at 9. They'll be fine. And then now it's just like, well, if we're not going to get him, and we may not get Bain either, let's just go get the guy we want. We'll just go crazy. So I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they're not going to pick at 9 and 29. So, but I'm fine. What about moving back?
No, I probably don't like that. I think you gotta, again, you never get to pick at 9. You'd really have to not like the players. But if we're sitting in a world where you've got, let's say it's some collection of Delane, Bain, Downs, Tate, I guess you'd have to mix in there as somebody. I don't want, whichever offensive tackle you have. I think you make the pick at that point. You make the pick. You've got to come out of this thing. You had to suck to get pick 9. I don't think you're trade down. I don't know. Look, if they don't like any of the players, it might be the smart thing, but it's going to be one of those where we leave the draft and we're all just like, damn, that kind of was disappointing. Right? They don't get this chance. That doesn't mean it's the right or wrong decision. I just feel like they got to like one of these guys. If Caleb Downs is there, you just take Caleb Downs. We've talked about that. If it's him, if your consolation prize is Jordan Tyson and a flyer on a guy to replace Rashee Rice next year, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If your consolation prize is a right tackle that you really like, and now your bookends and your entire offensive line is set for the next 2-3 years, I don't have a problem with that. If it's Mansour Delane, who is the best, those are all fine. I think moving back, if it's moving back of any significance, is going to feel like, well, what did we suck for? so we could collect a bunch of picks in a draft that nobody really likes anyway? No,
Sure.
I'd rather see them go the other direction and get hyper aggressive. Todd McShay is, of course, the old ESPN guy. I guess he has a draft show. I don't know if this is in your headlines or not, but he is agreeing that Cardinals Chiefs are a thing, but to the point that like he's calling Arizona desperate to get out of 3. He also says Arvell Reese is a lock at 2. So this would be a move for Bailey. Then if he's correct, the Jets would go Reese at 2. And then at 3, it would be Bailey. If I'm the Cardinals, I'm on the phone right now with the Chiefs. I'm on the phone with the Cowboys, and we start with your 2 first-round picks, and then we go from there. It's got to be. I think the Cardinals are probably correct here. I think they could get it. Here's the interesting part, though. A couple more things since I'm just reading this. This is according to a Cardinals blogger that is citing McShay. Okay. He says if there isn't a trade, he thinks they'll take Jeremiah Love there. And he also says they want Ty Simpson. So that's probably where you see some of that move back because they know they could get Ty Simpson. But you've got the valuable chip there. I think there are 2 players. Fernando Mendoza, you got to kind of put to the side, right? He's his own separate thing. There are 2 players that pretty universally everybody's in on. And it's Reese and Bailey. And if you're the Cardinals, you've got a chance to capitalize on that here. And again, like go do it. If you're the Chiefs, go get you've got a chance to go get the best player in the draft. Right? You've got a chance to go get the best player in this draft. Who is, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people that are calling Fernando Mendoza the best player in the draft.
It's Love.
Love, Downs, Styles, Reese. I'm looking at somebody on ESPN. Jordan Reed. Let's see let's go to the ESPN consensus rankings. So this takes all their draft analysts. They have Love 1, they have Reese 3, they have Bailey 6. Who is the outlier that would fall down that gets a high rank? I guess it's Tyson or Tate. I don't know, man. I'd move up. That's me. I'm moving up. And I'm taking the pass rusher. That's what I'm doing because the Chiefs need it. It's the hardest thing in the NFL to get. It's become the most expensive position in football outside of quarterback. If I've got a chance to move up and go get one of those guys and you watch their tape and think they're transcendent talents, I do it. That's the move to me for the Chiefs. Now, if the Cardinals say it's going to take both of those first and a first next year and a second, and then you say go fly a kite, right? It's all about the price. But if you're the Cardinals, you can get 2 firsts, and
I'm kind of surprised. Are you surprised that the Cardinals want to move out of 3?
Yeah. No, not really. No, not really.
I guess they probably need 2 firsts more than they need a
Yeah, they don't like the quarterbacks there. If they like Ty Simpson and they think they can get him later, no, it doesn't surprise me. You think you can take Ty Simpson with your second first-round pick at that point. So you can get a good player and your quarterback. So I think it makes a ton of sense why they would want to. And it makes a ton of sense why the Chiefs would be the obvious fit because they have 2 firsts. All right, we'll come back. One more draft talk in the next hour. Don't go away. Headlines I missed coming up.
This.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
It's come around again. Monday. Can't trust that day. It always seems to be a Monday. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. I wanna shoot. The whole day.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is another Monday here, April 20th, 420. That's still a thing for people? I don't know. TJ, does 420 even register for you as a younger man? You even know what 420 is?
Yes.
Okay. I just listen. I don't know. I don't know what's cool anymore. What's on tap coming up this hour? Headlines I missed. We'll talk a little more draft. We might get into some baseball a little bit. We've got Portal latest. It's all brought to you by Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring Caddy Snack, Wichita's golf beer. Caddy Snack Blonde Ale, refreshingly crushable, makes the perfect pairing from the first tee to the 19th hole, no matter the score. Caddy Snack reminds you to beer the ball. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. Got a good 420 story for you. I'll tell you that after this segment into the next one. It's a good one. Remind me. Keep me honest on that. All right, let's go to some headlines I missed over the weekend.
All right, Sports Daily fans. Let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All right, I've got so many that have piled up here. They're all pretty irrelevant, but I'll lay them all on the line for you. So, first of all, let's go with college basketball. This is the one that has been brought up earlier on the show when the news broke, but now it has become official. Fox College Hoops over the weekend posted for the first time on Fox. College Hoops starts on an international stage. You remember this callback, Jacob? What am I talking about?
Are we playing a college basketball game internationally?
Yes. A couple of them. Men's and women's, actually.
Where was this? I do remember this. Now I'm trying to think if it's...
I'll give you the first hint. It's in Rome. Do you remember who the teams are?
Yeah. No, give it to me.
Notre Dame and the Pope's alma mater, Villanova.
That's right.
Are going to play in Rome, which is so cool. So cool.
That's so
Men's
good.
and women's are going to do it too, which is cool.
I love it. I love it. What a great idea. Now, see here, politics messes everything up. Now people are going to have thought like, can we just be excited about the idea of two Catholic colleges going to play in Rome? Like that's so wild.
It's pretty
cool.
Good. All right, let's go with some track stuff. We're in track season. I got some track headlines for you. From this is a very obscure one, but remember this name. I gave you Graham Schmidt earlier. Remember his name? Remember this name. Much more, soon than you'll need to know Graham Schmidt's name probably. A couple of days ago, the Australian Senior National Titles. There appears to be a new Usain Bolt contender on the way. His name is Gout or Got. I don't know. He's Australian. It's pronounced. It's spelled out Gout, and it sounds like he goes by like Got type of thing. I don't know. Got. We'll call him Got. Anyways, this past weekend he ran a, what did it say? 10:19:100, which is like a half a second off the world record as an 18-year-old.
Well,
and he was about
19 is not that far off of when he's going to be peaking, I don't think.
Yeah.
Physically.
He just set he's 18 years old. Yeah. Born in 2007. He just broke the world under 20 record in the 200 with a 19.67, which is like a half second. I think it's 19.19 is the record that was set in the 200. So in a year, we could be looking at when's the next Olympic cycle? We got a couple more years, don't we? I guess we just had one, didn't we?
Yeah, summer. We've got one coming up in 2. We just had winter. So we got one coming pretty quick.
Yep. So there you go. Got. Remember that name. And say whenever you're sitting there watching the TV, everybody's gonna be talking about. You heard about this Australian? Like, yeah, I heard it on Sports Daily 2 years ago. Just wanted to give you guys a scoop.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. A couple more. Let's get back on the main path here. NFL this morning, right before the show. You see this headline? AJ Brown?
Yes, I did see that. Yeah. That's the worst kept secret ever. We have like a whole scandal based on that.
I mean, we knew he was going to get traded. I didn't know it was Patriots, but it sounds like Patriots happening.
Well, that's been the whole thing with the Diana Rossini, like just waiting for the news. Rossini is going to break the AJ Brown. That's a joke. Everybody was
got it. All right. Then let's go next to back to college basketball. Let's skip around a bit. Melvin Council Jr., MVP of the PIT, which I believe is the Portsmouth Invitational. That's what it is. It's like a pre-draft thing. Craig Porter
basketball.
Yes.
Like some sneaky golfer or something.
Yeah. To make that relevant to everybody, the PIT is where Craig Porter Jr. went. It's kind of for guys that are like the fringy guys, like Craig Porter Jr., Melvin Council. Trey White played in this. What's his name? Nate Johnson played in this from K-State. You can get your name on the map. You might call mine if you play well in this. Melvin Council is the MVP. I believe he averaged like No, that's awesome. In one of the games, he scored like 20 points or something like that. So could be an NBA guy on the rise.
Yeah,
G League guy
be
probably for
interesting.
sure.
He doesn't have that good size. I don't think
and he's
like
older.
Porter had.
And then he's a sixth year.
Yeah, his speed. I don't remember just like watching a college basketball player look quicker and faster, explosive wise. So maybe there's a spot for him.
Yep. Okay. Houston over the weekend. Kingston Flemings officially declares for the NBA draft. He is now in the pool. You know who hasn't, Jacob? Darren Peterson hasn't.
He is not. Neither has AJ DeBonsa, has he?
Nope. Let's look up. Deadline for NBA draft declare. April 24th.
Ooh, we're on DP watch. What if you're out of town when Darren Peterson returns to KU? What if you leave town? We get the Chiefs with a draft day trade. We get Sports Daily on Friday. The Chiefs have moved up to 3. Darren Peterson's coming back to KU. Okay.
I know. Anyways, that's something to monitor there. College basketball, switching over to the women's late night breaker last night. You see this one in the portal?
Does it involve Oklahoma State?
Audie Crooks is going to Oklahoma State to go play for JC Hoyt. She is building the most insane portal team in women's basketball history. She's number 1, Audie, obviously, and they got the number 6 player in the portal from Florida as well. Her best player that averaged 22 a game, Florida.
This is where I think the portal can be really fun. Texas Tech football last year, TCU a couple of years ago, now Oklahoma State women's basketball. Like, this is awesome. We saw TCU women's basketball do this a couple of years ago. It's great. I love it. That's one of the portal things I do like to light the fire under a fan base, even if it's just for a season, is a cool thing to be able to do.
It is insane and Telex is going from Goodland too. You know, obviously the Hoyts there have the ties to Western Kansas, played at Wichita State. So, you know, root for your Cats and Jayhawk women, but, you know, root for the Cowgirls as well a little bit this year. They're going to be freaking awesome. That's so cool. I cannot wait to watch that team.
I agree.
Like, that team quickly turned into, it's like, because they got Telexa first because she could go in the portal. You know, there's different D2 rules, and she so it's like they got Telexa. It's like, oh, she's gonna be really good at Division 1. Like, that's not like a fun pickup. Like, she's gonna be good. And then it turned into like oh, they picked up a couple, and then it's like, oh, they got the girl from Florida, and then it's like, yeah, they might get Audie Crooks. It's like, they might get Audie Crooks. What the hell are they doing down there? Money laundering
in the portal. Number 1 player in the portal. I have to take a brief pause from headlines I missed and give you one that TJ missed because it is very topical and important to us right now. And we can finish the headlines I missed on the other side. Headline TJ missed. KU's added a portal player.
As of right now?
10 minutes as of right now.
Oh, no way. I missed it.
You missed it. You missed it.
Oh, they got Blyden?
Missed it. Blyden Jr. out of Toledo, everybody. There it is. That's what we've been waiting for. Leroy Blyden Jr.
Holy Toledo, they got Leroy Blyden. He's actually really good.
He's top 100 portal player, averaged 16 points a game. He's just a freshman last year, too. That's what intrigues me. His freshman year at Toledo, he shot well from 3. Averaged 16 and almost 5 assists a game as a freshman at Toledo. This one's interesting, but it again is probably not the headline grabber people are waiting for. 86th ranked player in the portal, but I'm with you. I really like it. I like the idea of a young player like this. I do think ultimately that's the kind of guy that Kansas, who has had better luck than most teams in keeping players most years. I'm in on this. It's a young player though, so
somebody that can shoot. It's the first portal guy that might be able to shoot.
It does continue a trend of what looks like it's going to be a really young roster, one way or the other, no matter what happens. And there'll probably be other KU news I did miss over the weekend, but that one did drop. I was very patient with that. I didn't want you to see it while we were going through these headlines because it's about 10 minutes old.
As I say,
I'm not going to be able to get him on this one because he's going to see it while we're sitting here.
You got me.
So
too busy looking up Got from Australia.
Leroy Blyden Jr.
That one to me, which we'll talk about this, is like that's the one where it's not the headline grabber, but if KU missed on him as well, that's the headline grabber. So.
Yeah, well, if they target a guy like that, they got to be able to go get that player.
I mean, he was getting a lot of looks.
Well, it just makes you feel good. It's a reminder of like, okay, that's KU. They wanted that guy. They went and got that guy. So
right, one more headline on the way out, then we'll talk about the portal. Speaking of the Jayhawks, Gary Woodland yesterday at the Heritage. You see this?
No.
Eagle from 204 yards out.
Sing it.
Very nice.
Supposed to be nice. All right. That's headlines I missed. There may be some leftovers. We'll get portal talk. We'll continue the draft conversation. It's all coming for you in hour number 2.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSEW.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up on a Monday morning. Long weekend of partying. Was for me. Had family in town. You saw some of them on Sports Sunday. We went hard. We crammed a lot into 3 days. Got a lot done. Got a lot accomplished. It was good. It was good. I told you I'd give you a 420 story. They say happy 420 to all those that participate. I guess you can. I was in Boston. My oldest daughter was 18 months old. Yeah, that's right. So whatever year that would be, 2016 probably. You've been to Boston, TJ? Boston's a great city. So whatever that massive park is, kind of in the middle of downtown Boston. We had been walking through there, and there was live music, and my 18-month-old daughter loved it. She would want to go like listen to and dance to the music, and we were all there. And I was like, I'll go for a walk in the stroller. We'll go out and see everybody in a little bit. So we go down there. I go into the park, and I'm walking through, and I at this point, this was when a lot of major cities were like getting on board with weed being okay recreationally. And so I walk into the park, and I kind of catch a little whiff, and I'm like, did Boston, like, is it legal here to just smoke outside whenever you want? I was like, oh, it must be. And so I was like, let me get away from that. I walk off a little further, and I smell it again. I was like, man, a lot of people down here smoking. And then I'm looking around. I'm like, why is everybody smoking weed? What is happening right now? And then I hear just like this eruption of people. And I look over, and I'm not exaggerating. I look over to where this huge crowd has assembled, and you can see a massive like puff of smoke rise into the air. And I'm looking around. I'm like, what is happening? And then it dawns on me. It's April 20th. And then it dawns on me further. It is 4:20 in the afternoon on April 20th in this public park. And I look around, and everybody's getting high. And so I'm like sprinting with my daughter, trying to get her out of there. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get all this extra, And this little hippie at the thing, he's like, it's a bad day to have a baby at the park, man. And I'm like, yeah, I could kill you right now. That was a fun 420 story. It's just down there, a nice stroll at the park while the entire city's getting high out there in public. Happy 420, everybody. We get news right before we go to the break, TJ. Leroy Blyden Jr. Like it. Not going to pretend like I watched Leroy Blyden Jr. play a second of basketball last year, but I like the profile of it. Right? Makes sense. We're good with Leroy Blyden Jr. That's it, though. Like, it's still kind of just him. Like, the class isn't big yet for KU. It's him. It is, Utah's guy. Like, we're not looking at the headlines. It's not Terrence Brown of Utah. So, like, this is getting to be a moderately interesting class for KU, but nothing headline grabbing yet, including Tyron Stokes, the freshman, who is still undecided. We're waiting.
Yep.
I said this last night, and I mean it wholeheartedly. Why can't they just come in and say, you've got till Friday? You got till Friday. And because now Terrence Hill's gone, right? Who's the guy I was hoping they'd get. There are still a couple of headlining names out there. Like the pivot, if you have time, can be, well, let's just go pay one of these other guys more, right? It's not like you have to do a lot of, and it's not homework, a lot of legwork sometimes to get one of these guys. Like you just got to go pay him more.
Yep.
So if it's not going to be Stokes, take the money and do something else. But the problem will be the longer this goes, those players you'd be willing to do that for are all going to be gone. I'd give him a deadline. Like, it's already, he hadn't even committed to KU, and I'm already sick of it.
I don't know. I don't know what you wait on and because, I agree. You could definitely just do that. I think that maybe that reveals more about I'll say this, the two schools that are fighting over him, have not seen a bunch of movement in the portal so far. So is that they haven't seen a bunch of movement in the portal because they're waiting on him, or is it because they are not seeing a bunch of movement in the portal? They're hoping he can.
It has to be that, don't you? Like it has to be that.
I mean,
because he's going to command a huge amount of money.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't believe there's a world where KU just gets beat on all these top guys.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense, right? It's Bill Self. They've got the resources. It makes far more logical sense to say, like, yeah, we'd love to get you, but we're kind of waiting on, we got to see if we're going to have to spend all this money over here. It's the only thing that makes logical sense that's happening right now for KU in the class.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's something behind the scenes too of like, they got a yes from Stokes and he's still waiting, and I don't know. Maybe that's something that it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's why they haven't done anything, is because they feel so. I mean, he's still, like, to be said, there's something to be said about it. He's still 100% crystal ball to KU. Like, those are typically not insane.
Why are we? What could be holding it up?
I don't know. Maybe he's just indecisive, and now he's just like, well, I feel like it's a yes, but like it's a soft yes. Like, I agree with you. At the end of the day, like, I think that KU is at the end of the day, like, power to the players and all the stuff like that. But if it's gonna, detriment the rest of your roster building because you're waiting so long, at some point you have to be like, listen, dude, like, are you in or are you out? Like, and our roster probably won't be as good without you in it, but we got to go fill a roster. Like, let's go do it.
Exactly. I just don't know why they're waiting. Why they're you're putting up with this, and again, this is unfair, but whatever. Why are you willing? Like, if you're putting up with this now, what are you going to be putting up with in February?
You can speculate all you want about that, but
we can, because there's time on our hands. We can speculate about it.
Yep.
KU's coming off of a stretch in a season where they just did this with the top guy, not in different circumstances, obviously. But is KU really wanting to put all their eggs in the basket of a freshman again? That's never worked for them. They've had great freshmen, but when it's building around, like, not just them, when was the last time that worked in college basketball? We talked about that.
I know.
You got to go way back to find that team that pretty much was built around a freshman or collection of freshmen. Look at the trends of college basketball. That's not it. So if I'm KU and I should be able to have the ability to kind of build it however I want to, I'm kind of done with this kind of thing. Darren Peterson, we knew was going to be a Jayhawk forever and is a different caliber player at his best, probably, than Tyron Stokes. I think you're right. I don't know where Stokes would rank right now if you put him up against the current top player. Like, there are 24/7, you've got 4 of their top 5 players still without homes. I don't think KU is going to be in the mix for Jop now if they get Mbia back, which it sounds like they probably will. So Momcilovic, Blackwell, Graves. Okay. Stokes, 2 of those guys are power forwards. Stokes' profile's pretty similar to those 2 guys. Who do you think gives them a better chance to win a national championship next year? It's hard to say, right?
It is.
But it's not a slam dunk. Whereas if you were looking at Darren Peterson, I think it probably would have been. There would have been a pretty big consensus on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There would have been a consensus last year that Peterson was just the best player flat period because he was that kind of, he was built up to this.
I agree. I think
this guy we haven't seen. Momcilovic shot almost 50% from 3 last year for a really good team. I just don't know. Like, what are they waiting for? Like, why are they putting up with it? You either commit or you don't commit. Here's a deadline. Take it or leave it. John Blackwell averaged 20 points and 5 rebounds in the Big Ten last year. Is that a best case scenario for Stokes? Probably. Right? 20 points a game in the Big 12?
Yeah. I
don't know, man. I feel like we can already see it. Like, what is your actual gut reaction? And I know I'm asking you to, because Stokes may be a model teammate and a great player, and that's all possible, and I hope he is if he comes to KU. But as of now, when we've seen all of this, what does your gut say about how it'll work out if Tyron Stokes is a Jayhawk next year?
Well, I don't know. I think that there's something to be said about the team you put around him, too.
Sure. They can't put one around him right now because he's not signing.
That's the part that scared him. I think that, like, if you had the guys around him that could do all this stuff and you don't, I don't know. I think that he could be, a Cam Boozer type of thing, like that's probably the better comparison to put this to. He's not going to be as good as Cam Boozer. Cam Boozer was, all around unanimous, like 100% 5-star. He's a step below that, but it could work a ton, but there's also the thing that you're talking about that you watch him play. It's what Shreya's talked about is that, he doesn't have the body language that Darren Peterson had. If you want to make the comparisons to the last star freshman that came to KU, Darren Peterson, by all accounts, looked like an NBA player playing in high school. And Stokes, it's not the case. I don't know. It could work great. Maybe built self is what he needs, and that's what he knows he needs. I don't know.
Maybe he's so talented that it doesn't matter. I just don't.
That's the part too why you keep stating this. You're not going to do this for the 30th best player in the country.
No, you're not. But is he a lot better? That's the question I keep having. He might be the best freshman in the country. Is he the best player that Jayhawks could go get?
I keep saying he's top 10.
Okay, he's top 10. He's going to be the most expensive. None of these other guys are going to cost as much as Stokes. I'm pretty sure.
That. Momcilovic probably will be.
Who's going to pay him that?
Somebody.
There are only a handful of teams that get into that stratosphere of what they're willing to pay a player.
Somebody will.
You think Kentucky will if they don't get Stokes?
They'll be desperate. Why not?
I mean, maybe. Momcilovic is just a great 3-point shooter. He does this thing better than just about anybody has in a long time. But is he, I don't know. It's silly. This is all so silly that you're bending over this way on April 20th for a freshman that hasn't played when you have access to the portal. It's not the same as it would have been 10 years ago. 10 years ago, yeah, you're bending over backwards for these guys. Like, hey, whatever it takes, we got to have you. That's one thing. We don't have to do that anymore. And in fact, there's not even a track record that it's the best thing to do. Go look at the teams that are continuously having success in the tournament. Freshmen are a part of those teams, but man, it ain't a bunch of young dudes. It's a bunch of older players that know what they're doing. Every day this goes on, I'm like, okay, you should do something else. They should do something else. There's still a lot of good players in there. They've signed two that you kind of like. They already have good freshmen that you're asking big contributions for, most likely.
You know what else is so crazy about this recruitment is that it's lasted so long now, and we're into the portal cycle where everybody's recruiting everybody. Like, I don't think it's out of the world possibility that he just says, maybe it's not KU or Kentucky. Like, let's take some other calls and like just reopen it back up again. Like,
in my brain, that possibility is very much real, and that's what's driving me crazy. Make a commitment. be done with it, because whichever team ultimately goes with him or gets him has been so hamstrung by how long it's taking, it's going to hurt their chances to win. And the fact that that doesn't bother him, not that it, I mean, he's young. I'm not saying, but the fact that there's not enough, like, boy, I got to get in there and so we can go get some other players so we can go win a natty. That's that's not the top motivation like it was with Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
And again, I know Peterson didn't work out, but for different reasons. Like the fact that like there's not already that thought just tells me I don't think that's going to work out for whatever team it's going to be. Getting him now feels like desperation just to have the top guy. Is it the best chance to win? I don't know how it could be. How can it give you the best chance to win? You don't have enough players.
Yeah.
Tyron Stokes, Leroy Blyden, Paul Mbia. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one.
Cole Rosario.
Yeah. Cole Rosario and the dude
Kenny
from Utah.
Oh yeah, Dawes,
Rosario, Mbia, Stokes, Kenny,
Blyden.
And Blyden. It feels like a 5th place Big 12 team to me.
Let's say there's worse teams, but that's not KU.
So does it feel like a Sweet 16 team?
Mm-mm.
They have to be able to get more than that. And right now they can't because they don't know what's happening with Stokes. Now they'll get more than that if they sign Stokes, but they got to know how far down the list do we go? Who can we afford? What's our budget? All that. Whereas if you give him a deadline and he doesn't meet it, you could say, all right, fine. We're going to take that $6 million and we're going to get 3 guys and we're going to build it that way.
You know what scares me? As my mind is, I have one of the most slippery slope minds of sports people. I feel like is that what sucks is that what happens if this works out? Like what happens if he's great and then next year the next top player in the country? It's like, well, why would I commit in November the year prior? Like I can hold out and get an extra $1 million if I stay till April. Like sure. Why not?
Yeah, but this is a little unprecedented, right?
It is.
We've never
that's what I'm saying is that it's unprecedented. But if it works, then guess what? It's precedented.
Because I think that
it's true.
A lot of players want to spend their year in college and have a chance to win a national championship.
It's true.
And right now, he's not giving whatever team he signs with a very good chance to do that. Darren Peterson was recruiting Tyron Stokes to Kansas. Like he was recruiting everybody he could. He wanted people to come because he wanted to win a natty. Same with AJ DeBonsa. Like these guys want to win a national championship. Fleming's, but not that those guys at the time, we didn't know a lot of these guys were going to be the caliber they are until they got there. But like different motivations for different people. It's fine. It just doesn't seem very Kansas to me to do this with a guy who like, he's been crystal balled to Kansas now for 12 months.
since like January at least.
No, it goes back to last year. I don't know what else to do. Like, what else is Kansas supposed to do here? No. You're being held hostage by a freshman. Bye. You've got till Friday. That's what I'm doing if I'm Bill Self. You've got till Friday.
Hey, let's not forget what we talked about in the headlines here. They could roll out a starting 5 if they land him of Kenny, Peterson, Stokes, Dawes, Blyden.
Right. Let me ask you this. Would you rather have Peterson back for another year or Tyron Stokes?
Don't ask me that question. You know the answer to that question.
I know the answer to that because I agree.
I would.
By the way, that's not happening.
Why not? We got 4 days, Jacob.
It'll be the
You said the longer the Bill Self news waits to break, the better you feel about him coming back. Well, is that not the same for Darren Peterson?
It'd be one of my favorite stories.
It would be incredible. What I'm telling you,
the discourse around Peterson bothered me so much. Like it would be one of my favorites.
You know how much Peterson's got that little chip in the back of his mind. I bet it's what's taking him so long is to be like, man, I want to come back and do this for Bill Self one more time. Like that dude laid his life on the line for
Bill
me.
Self. Just prove the doubters wrong. Yeah. Like I got such a bad rap. I don't like that. Money's good. What a story that would be. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
Welcome back in Sports Daily here on a Monday morning. Lots of draft talk, lots of portal talk that we've gotten through here. TJ Clune and Jacob Albrock with you, taking you through a little bit more here on Sports Daily. We just talked a lot about the Kansas Jayhawks that picked up Leroy Blyden Jr. this morning, the former MAC Freshman of the Year from Toledo. So they've got 2 portal guys. Still waiting on Tyron Stokes news to see who's going to fill out the rest of that roster. Another topic that we'll talk about here is K-State basketball. I guess I did add one. Montana Wheeler is coming from Bradley, not Belmont, but a former Valley guy in Montana Wheeler, undersized guard that is a firecracker by all accounts. So they're up to 11, I believe. Only 4 more players to fill on Casey Alexander's roster. Jacob, though, the story of the weekend is our guy, Drew Charnowski, who I believe is top 15 portal guy. He's going to Duke. So K-State got 0 Belmont players, not a single player. Okay. That roster is now, either going back to Belmont or elsewhere. So they don't get Orm, they don't get Lundblade, they don't get Charnowski. They didn't get what's his name, Smiley. So none of those guys are coming.
Okay.
Apparently,
he has enough guys now. The only it sticks in your craw, like, why wouldn't they follow him? That's the only thing.
I agree. Apparently,
but
by the way,
as far as talent to talent, it's like, okay, I don't know.
Our Sports Daily scoopster that we like to refer to, Trilly Donovan, said that allegedly the Charnowski recruitment took about 2 hours at Duke. They called him, said, "Here's our number. Would you like to be a Blue Devil?" Yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah, I think I'll do that.
So,
I mean, that's the thing.
K-State might have been in the mix there, and then Shire called.
Okay. Again, I don't know anything about these Belmont players. Didn't watch any Belmont basketball last year. Don't know anything about any players they've signed either. So, and the people in the portal world are doing the Lord's work in their very best to rank these players and do all of these things that they're doing. There are some, when we watch it and see it, that you're like, yeah, I know that guy. He's a good player. There are lots that it's like, are you really making an evaluation other than you're looking at a list and it's a bunch of names you've never heard before? And I think that's most people. And you have to take that with a grain of salt. And you have to trust your coach, right, in most cases, to go find the best players that they like that fit the system. So if you believe in Casey Alexander, I think now the fact that he has so many of these players in, if you believe in Alexander, that's fine, right? He's evaluated players. He's gone and he's gotten his players. The only thing though is like, why haven't any of the Belmont guys come over? That'd be the only thing where it's like, that's a little weird, right? Why did none of them come with him? Maybe he didn't want them. I mean, that's possible.
that doesn't feel like
it's unlikely, I would say, but it's possible. And look, if Lundblade is from Nashville and Tennessee calls, okay, fine. If Duke calls, all right, what are you going to do? Right? So there could be good explanations for all of them. I'm less worried about it than I was 2-3 weeks ago because they've been furiously working in the portal, bringing in guys that you assume they'll like. Will they be good enough? We wouldn't have known if he brought all the Belmont team over if they'd have been good enough. Well, I can tell you that Belmont wouldn't have dominated the Big 12. So I'm okay with it. It's fine. Again, patience, K-State fans, they may not be any better this coming season. It may take longer than that. We don't like that's when you make a hire like Casey Alexander is a hire like Paul Mills is a hire like it's another good example of a guy that's been given time in today's college basketball world where it starts to work and you're like, okay, I mean, it's harder to do than ever before to have that patience. K-State fans have to have that patience, and they did not have that patience with their football coach, and they did not have that patience with their last basketball coach. We'll see. But I think, again, not knowing anything about the players yet because we haven't seen them play any basketball, it's fine. He's brought in a bunch of guys. It's good. Okay. I mean, he could have brought over his whole Belmont team. TJ, would we be sitting here and been like, look at how awesome he's doing in the portal?
Yeah, it's true. As I made this point last night,
would not have dominated the Big 12 last year.
I agree. As I made this point, they would have helped though. If you could get, Charnowski, Lundblade, Orm to start, like that's what made you excited. So whatever. they're not here. It's fine. They've got a roster. KU doesn't. So say what you want about that. They've got guys that can actually they can play 5-on-5 in practice right now. I saw somebody make that comment. So I don't know. I do think that like Wheeler maybe doesn't fit this narrative, but like they've got a bunch of guys that weren't the best player on their team last year. And that's the part that makes you raise your eyebrows, but that could be fine. Like, I think that if they fit a system, who cares how they played at their last school? And I think that that's what Casey Alexander said. So, there's room to, raise an eyebrow. I don't think there's room to be concerned. I don't think you need to be concerned about it, but I think that there's, room for curiosity about like, I have no idea what to think about these guys. Like, they could be good. They could be, not good. Like, who knows? Because what we've seen in the past is not going to be, I get the best way to put it is we've said on the show is that they don't have PJ Haggerty, Coleman Hawkins, or Tyler Perry on the roster. Like, and that part of it. And I guess they could. There's still guys out there. They could go do that. But it doesn't seem like they are.
It's a collection. It's going to be a collection with them. It always was going to be a collection with them. So, right? Like, what are we terribly worried about? Like, they're going to bring in
my point that I made is that we're going to learn in year one what Casey Alexander's chops are.
Yeah, I agree. Well, see, again, patience.
I know,
patience.
but my bigger point is that like it's not going to. There could have been arguments about like, well, yeah, he like won in the Valley with guys that were way better than what they were playing in. Now it's like, well, he doesn't have those guys and he's not in the Valley anymore. Like. If he's good, he's good. Like that's if he's bad, you can say that, it's been 1 year, give him a second. But
I do think there is a world where their standing in the Big 12 isn't much better than what it has been the last 2 years, but we could feel better about it because they're doing things or getting better, or whereas the K-State rosters last few, it feels like they got worse over the course of the year. We could see a team you could see a team getting a little better and doing those things. And then you're like, okay, I feel better about that. I to be fair to the situation, because it wasn't getting better with Jerome Tang. It was getting worse. Mm-hmm. So patience. They might finish 10th or 11th or 12th in the Big 12 next year, and everything still could be on the right track. Or they could be better than that. If he's really like a superstar, they could be better than that. Who knows? Nobody knew Jerome Tang was going to make it to the Elite Eight his first year. They just had, Keontae Johnson ain't sitting out there right now to add to the mix. I mean, he was that was a huge addition for them when they made it, and they took a risk on it, but it paid off. That sort of name hasn't landed for K-State yet, but whatever. What about Wichita State? They done? They didn't do anything. Didn't do anything over the weekend. What else do they need to do? Is there anything else to do for the Shockers?
They have 3 spots left. Fill them how you want, but. I mean, they got a rotation. I mean, you can go get another big man probably is the only thing that you want to look for them.
They waited a long time for, who was it? There were 2 of them, Amunique and Gray. There were 2 that came real late last year.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that that's probably the path we're headed to. Maybe there's another one. I don't know. You've probably heard more than I have.
Taylor said on Friday that they are hosting former Dayton wing Bryce Hurd.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do Google. I don't know. Didn't watch much Flyers basketball this year.
But no, I didn't either.
6 points per game.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
NC State, then Dayton.
I don't think there's room for like a heavy hitter, is there? Like, where would they play?
Yeah, he would. I mean, he could be, back up behind TJ/Dylan, basically, and fill in those roles alongside probably Tyrus Breton Mays if he's sliding into that role this year. I don't know. It's an interesting one. He shot 36% from 3 on 2 per game. So,
okay.
I don't mind it.
No, it's fine. What I mean, though,
I think they're going to get a big guy. Is the only other thing that they're looking at.
I would love to see them go find, and maybe that. What classification is this Dayton guy?
I believe he's a junior next year.
Okay, I'd love to see him go find a real young player, like a real flyer, like who's Amunique fit this role. That's why I was kind of bummed that he didn't come back. Like, who's a really young player that, you know, you could start to see? You got to dig deep on that. There's also always the, you know, Couisnard's been such a boon to them in recruiting. You got any other guys that, you know, played for you that you think probably have what it takes that maybe aren't getting the opportunity where they're at that could come over?
It's true.
This is like, with so much uncertainty around KU and K-State, just it's as opposite in college basketball as you can get now with Wichita State. There's so much certainty on the roster. Like, we kind of know what it's going to look like. I'm with you. Backup big probably makes sense. I'm not convinced, though, that they don't like what they've got there.
I mean, yeah, they're going to play Noah.
You don't have to have a true center like they had. That was a real big luxury for them last year. If you're running with Berg and you're running with one of their bigs, one of their forwards in there at the 5 to give Berg a breather, I think they're going to be okay. When would that have gotten them into trouble this year? Maybe against Tulsa. That's probably it.
What are you talking about?
If they wouldn't have had both Berg and Okorafor, let's say they just had one of them, and then one of your bigger bodies would have to come in and you know, like, defend the 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they'd have been okay most of the time. Tulsa had some depth there. Memphis would have, but had some injuries when they played Memphis. So I think they'll be
every
okay.
7 footer is going to the Big 12, so there won't be many
every
left
7 footer is also getting paid a ton of money, and I'm just like rather than go overpay for a backup center, I guess this is my point. Rather than just because you feel like maybe there's more of a diamond in the rough type somewhere that you could go find.
Yeah.
With the resources. The other thing is, too, you got to remember, what are you doing after this year? Right? Berg will be a senior?
Yes.
So what are you doing after this year? Like, is there a prospect out there? Can you go find a high school kid that you could go maybe get and groom up a little bit?
They've got 0 high schoolers coming in. It's true. Yeah, maybe they'll get Tyron Stokes. They're a Nike school.
Oh, God.
Shocker softball yesterday, Jacob. Switch some headlines for you. See that headline? Asha Moore, sophomore for them. 3 homers, 9 RBIs.
Heck yeah.
School record.
Bringing the heat. Lots of
8 in a row. They won 8 in a row.
Lots of high chew there.
That's right. They've won 8 games in a row. They're tied for first in the conference now.
It's not that, you know, there's no reason they can't win the conference. They don't have, you know, some of those teams of the past with All-Americans littered all over the roster, but why not go win the league? Go do it that way. I love it. That's great. That's great. We got to get into some Shocker baseball and softball if we can ever get through, really probably after this week, get through the draft. Portaling will be another week through it, and we can kind of turn our attention to the spring. We haven't had a chance yet to turn our attention to the spring. We got the draft in 3 days, and we got the Chiefs right in the middle of the, you know, right in the middle of the frying pan. Hey, maybe trading up.
Apparently, Andy Reid is hell-bent on fixing the offensive line. That's the headline of the morning.
According to?
What if, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, rumors that are probably nothing.
So drafting the right tackle at that point?
I guess.
What was wrong with the offensive line last year outside of Josh Simmons needing to step away from the team for a minute? If he thinks the offensive line needs fixing, I'd say it needs to be fixed. But you've spent a whole lot of money on the offensive line and a ton of resources, so I hope it's not that bad. God, I can't wait for the draft. This is going to be a fun draft. Not all the sexy names, but the team we follow gets a high pick and maybe trading up. Let's go. We're coming right back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.